Welcome to Gen AI Goldmine. There are moments when everything crashes. When your plans vanish, your money's gone, and the silence gets louder than your heartbeat. That was my reality. If you watched part 1 of this AI comeback series, you already know. This journey didn't start with ambition. It started in survival mode. If you haven't seen it yet, no pressure. The link is in the description. You can catch up later. For now, just stay with me. Because I wasn't just broke, I was broken. And just as I started putting the pieces of myself back together, the bills started stacking, the pressure to make it got louder. So, I did what desperate people do. I clicked on every flashy promise the internet threw at me. Disclaimer: my failure isn't a prophecy. What flopped for me might be your jackpot. I'm not here to throw shade on anyone's hustle. I'm just telling it like it happened. Because sometimes the truth is messier than the marketing. I know some of you have walked this same road. Some made it work. Some got burned. If it worked for you, power to you. But if it didn't, welcome to the club. I tried them all. And some of them, man, it felt like I was paying to suffer. Like struggle was part of the subscription plan. One thing I've learned, if it sounds too easy, too good to be true, it's a distraction. And if you're starting from zero, especially financially, some of these so-called opportunities can cost you more than just money. They can rob your time, your confidence, even your hope. So let me take you through them, one by one. The good, the bad, and the downright ridiculous. I'm not holding back. When I went searching online, guess what? The script was always the same. Make $1,000 a day starting now. Then, boom, a link in the bio. And surprisingly, a registration fee, a VIP upgrade, a catalog of mysterious job categories like brand ambassador for brands no one's ever heard of, weekly, monthly, or pay annually, save 30% offers. The deeper I scrolled, the more it felt like modern-day gambling, dressed up in confidence and Canva templates. At some point, I wasn't even sure if I was trying to make money or just trying to believe I still had options. Well, that was just the beginning. Wait until you hear what I signed up for next. If you've ever been baited into a hustle, or you're just curious what actually works with AI, stick around, because this is where the story gets wild. The first one, let's talk about paid surveys. They promise easy money for your opinion. Sounds harmless, right? But here's how it actually goes. You sit there, hunched over your laptop for 45 minutes, answering questions about which pets you domesticate, just to walk away with 3 cents. That's if you qualify. And most times, you won't. Most of the time, you'll see no available surveys for you at this moment. This is what I found myself doing at one point. I answered 69 questions. Yes, 69. It started like, would you describe your lifestyle as adventurous, reserved, or spontaneous? Then came the classics. What color best represents your financial anxiety? How many pillows do you sleep with? If you found $5 on the floor, would you spend it, save it, or emotionally bond with it first? And then, the kicker. If you were a vegetable, which would you be and why? And just as when I was about to finish, the screen flashed. We are sorry, you are not eligible. No points, no payout, just psychological damage. The truth, surveys aren't designed to make you rich. They're designed to collect your data, for pennies on the dollar. You pay them with your time, they pay you with excuses. It's like digital therapy, except you walk out poorer and more confused than when you started. So, here's my advice. If you're online trying to build something real, surveys aren't the path. Unless your dream is to be rich in points, poor in patience, and a master at describing household products. Seriously, there is one that kept giving me 1 token per day. I will probably cash out a year from now. And hey, If you are actually making a living from answering surveys online, drop a comment and let us know your secret, because I never cracked the code. But hang tight, because the next one, oh, it involves video games, dragons, and financial heartbreak. Get paid to watch videos, or earn $200 a day playing mobile games. You've probably heard it too. Sounds dreamy, right? I mean, I already binge Netflix, now I can get paid for it? Spoiler alert. Netflix never sent me a check. What actually happened? I became the unpaid star of an ad farm, dressed up like a fantasy world with fake coins and flashy dragons. These platforms, they don't pay you, they use you. You click, you tap, you scroll, they feed you ads, and pretend your attention is currency, and then they hit you with, "Congrats, you've earned 23 tokens when only 4,977 more to go for $5. And yep, those tokens expire faster than your hope. Let me be explicit here, I tried this, yes. I'm sharing a personal experience. I downloaded one of those play and earn games thinking, hey, low risk, maybe easy cash. And I played it a lot. I built New York, Paris, London, Rome. They say Rome wasn't built in a day, but apparently I did it in an afternoon, with a pixelated hammer. I unlocked dragons. I became a wizard, a knight. I was basically mayor of a digital empire, but in real life, still broke, just more tired, and slightly ashamed I spent 7 hours being knighted by cartoon coins. Then came the kicker. Upgrade to premium to boost your earnings. Only $39.99. That's not a hustle. That's a scam wearing a gamer headset. I almost paid too, until the payout page told me I had to pay more to earn more. That's when I realized I wasn't earning anything. I was just another ad click in their business model. These so-called get-paid-to-watch systems, they're not income streams. They're digital casinos. And if your hustle starts looking like slot machines and fantasy dragons, you might need to reboot. If you're clicking, watching, tapping, but not solving a problem or adding value, you're not building income. You're feeding their ad machine. If a service pays you to watch ads or click things, but then asks you to buy a package to keep going, you've entered the digital version of a casino with no exit. If your income plan involves magic tokens and midnight clicking, it's time to build with intention. You know what? If you want to earn real money, it comes from real skills, and this definitely was not one. Next one was even more interesting. It involves pyramids. Not in Egypt, but in your inbox. Stay tuned. Now let's talk about multi-level marketing, aka the pyramid hustle in high heels. You've probably heard the pitch. Yo, I found this insane opportunity, just $99 to join. Get 2 people under you, then they get 2 more. And boom, you're set for life. What they don't tell you? You've just entered a WhatsApp cult where your phone rings 17 times a day with voice notes from a team leader driving a hired BMW. Sounds like a wealth plan? Well, I thought so too. I was like, now, I'm out of the blocks. Until I realized, damn, I've just entered a WhatsApp and Telegram cults. Suddenly my phone was ringing 17 times a day with voice notes from a team leader, telling me to grind harder and trust the process. Then in another one I was told to set up alarms, in timelines that you have to convert to your local time zone. I even called my cousin to pitch the idea. He picked up and said, if this is about that pyramid thing again, I already blocked 3 high school buddies and my barber. Don't make me block you too. For this one, allow me to break it down for you. They are very similar in nature. The red flags are all over. If you are keen, you can't miss them. 1. There is no real product or service. There is proverbial days for your capital to mature. Mostly 30 days. You only make money if you recruit others. You're guilt-tripped for asking questions. And let's not forget the weekly brainstorming Zooms that feel more like brainwashing. They feel more like group therapy mixed with pressure sales. Funny enough, the people you are with in that group, you are all in same category. You are all struggling, but you are determined to get out of the block. Here is the kicker. If you need to build a team before you make $1, you are not building a business. You are building someone else's dream, brick by brick, one awkward family pitch at a time. At the peak of the pyramid there is always a director, sometimes they call themselves. Prof so-and-so, they always have an assistant. Then there is you or the person who recruited you. Script is very similar. You are encouraged to build a team. They even entice you with bonuses and VIP levels when you recruit 5 people, 30 people, 100 people, and so forth. They are also encouraged to recruit. They ride on your trust. You start by convincing close family members, friends, or colleagues at work. And look, if it's working for you, I'm not knocking your hustle. Well, they say if you join early, you will make money, but it is literally from the people you recruit. But if you've ever sold skin cream with zero skincare knowledge, or promoted crypto coins you don't even understand, or did Forex trading, and you don't know what candlestick is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Coming up next, an online hustle so popular, quite interesting and controversial at the same time. I actually tried selling smart spoons to strangers on the internet. Yeah, it's about to get good. Yes, I'm talking about dropshipping. The dream that smells like overnight success, but usually ends in chargebacks and tears. We've all seen the ad. 1 product, 2 days, $10,000. What they don't show you? The $9,800 burned on Facebook ads, the PayPal freeze, and the emotional breakdown after 27 refund requests. No shame, I joined the hype too. I once built a store in 24 hours, selling smart spoons. Yep, spoons that measure calories. I thought I was revolutionizing kitchen tech. A friend sent me a text. Bruh, your spoon idea makes me hungry and sad. That was my first digital slap from reality. They lure you in with YouTube gurus and pixel-perfect Shopify tutorials. Just copy this product from AliExpress, use my ad script, and boom, profit. But they skip over the stuff that actually matters. The hard stuff. Market research. Know the battlefield before you launch the mission. Branding that sticks. Make your product unforgettable, not just available. Trust, because people don't buy products, they buy confidence. Delivery speed. If it takes longer than a space shuttle to arrive, you've already lost. Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying drop shipping doesn't work. What I'm saying is, it won't work if your entire strategy is just copy-paste and praying to the ad gods. For it to work, it takes real work, real strategy, and yeah, some capital. Actually, I promised myself I had to learn how to do it. And I'll show you where it did actually work for me, later in this video. But first, if you've ever thought you could get rich just copying someone's funnel while you sleep, brace yourself. This next part might sting a little, but I'm just keeping my part of bargain, as I promise to tell my story without filters. Alright, let's talk about one of the internet's biggest illusions, the copy-paste affiliate system. You know the pitch. Use my funnel that made me $18,426 in 3 days. So you copy it, you paste it, you launch it, and then what? Silence. Crickets. Nobody subscribes. Why? Because 50,000 other hopeful souls just launched the same thing. Same headline, same funnel, same tired this secret will change your life subject line. True story. I posted my shiny new affiliate funnel on Facebook. Thought I was slick. Had the call to action, the hook, the polished landing page. A friend replied, "Wait, my aunt's brother shared this exact link last week. Are you all in the same cult?" Yeah, that one stung. Do you know why this mostly fails? The swipe files, overused, the email templates, dusty. The results? Non-existent. It's like showing up to a wedding in the same outfit as 500 people, and still not getting invited to dance. Let me be clear. Affiliate marketing isn't the problem. The problem is trying to win the game using a worn-out playbook everyone else already fumbled. You need originality, a real strategy, your own voice. Because if you're invisible in a crowd of clones, you won't earn. You'll burn. The next one? This one hit me hard because it involved AI, and I thought AI meant easy. What happened? Let's just say, I learned the hard way. Alright, let's talk about the fantasy. The one that had everyone saying, just let AI make you rich while you sleep. The promise was irresistible. Let AI do all the work for you. You've seen the ads, people sipping cocktails on a beach, while their AI bots do the work. I thought, why not me? Let me share my experience with AI experiment. I signed up for one of those AI trading bots. It had glowing testimonials, slick marketing videos, promised the world. At first it looked like it was working, a few small gains here and there, a little hope. But then, the market shifted. My AI bot couldn't adapt. It started making erratic trades. And just like that, my little wins turned into serious losses. I reached out to customer support, and all I got back were vague replies and bot-written apologies. That's when it hit me. It's not some magical money-making machine. It's a tool that requires constant oversight, tweaking, and understanding of the market. It's not a set-it-and-forget-it solution. And those glowing testimonials? Likely cherry-picked success stories, not the norm. The reality is, relying solely on AI to generate income without understanding the underlying mechanics is a recipe for disaster. AI can enhance your strategy, but it can't replace the need for knowledge, vigilance, and adaptability. So the lesson here? Don't buy into the fantasy. Use AI as a tool, not a crutch. Educate yourself. Stay involved. Because the dream of effortless AI income is just that, a dream. And with that, let's wrap up this journey through risky money ideas. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Stay smart, stay informed, and most importantly, stay skeptical. Always ask yourself, why would anyone be interested with your $100 to sell you a bot they can supposedly use to make $1 million for themselves? Good question, right? Anyway, we've been through the wild, the traps, the tears, but now, let me show you what actually worked. This part is the blueprint. Don't blink. After chasing 23 tokens and nearly dislocating my thumb from tapping clickbait, I accidentally tripped over something real, freelance writing. And no, I don't mean just blogging, or churning out soulless articles for pennies, wondering if your words are even being read. And you know what? You don't need a literature degree. All you need is ability to write anything that people are too busy or too mentally jammed to write themselves. Sales emails for CEOs, product descriptions for sleepy online stores, bios for influencers who don't want to sound like robots. It turns out that, if you can put clear, helpful words together, you can get paid. In actual money, not loyalty points, not crypto carrots, real cash. True story, there was a day. Casually talking with a pastor, great guy, man of God. He sighs and says, "Man, I don't even know what I'm preaching this Sunday." I blinked twice. Light bulb moment. I said, "Don't stress, Reverend. I got you. And just so you know, I'll be telling you later in this video how I learned about prompt engineering from LinkedIn for free. It came in handy. My 2 cents, learn various skills. You never know which will come through for you." And just like that, I charged $250 to write a sermon. What did I do? I ran to my MVP, ChatGPT, structured it like a revival night special. A theme that hit home, scriptures that carried weight, 3 strong points, applications that spoke life, and a closer that didn't just end it, it landed it. A footnote that said, "Let this word find you where you are." It took me 10 minutes to write, but I delivered it in 5 hours. Do you know why? Instant doesn't feel expensive. I will speak more about perceived value. Perceived value is defined as how customers judge the worth of a product or service based on what they believe they're getting in return for what they give up. It's about how valuable it feels, not just the actual cost or quality. In the next part of this AI comeback series, I will break down how perceived value plays a powerful role in marketing and business strategy. And at that moment, I felt like I had struck gold. In the Garden of Gethsemane, $250 in the bank after 10 minutes of work. Call me, Reverend Hustle, founder of the Church of High Ticket Copy. Since then, I've done it all. Emails for overwhelmed CEOs, product descriptions for sleepy online stores, bios for influencers who don't want to sound like robots. And once you remove the mental noise, like we did in part 1 of this AI comeback series, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. People are stuck, and they will pay you to get unstuck. That's all business is, a paid solution. Freelance writing isn't just typing. It's unlocking income with your brain. You're solving problems with words. Clear your mind, find the pain, offer the fix, and get paid. Got something you're stuck on? Drop it in the comments. I might just help you turn that pain into profit in the next video. Let's build this thing, one real move at a time. As I mentioned in part 1 of this series, change of mindset is paramount. I will be talking about it later on in this video. Yes, I started applying the skills one by one. Listen to the next one. After weeks of getting ghosted by survey platforms and ad scams, one Zoom call changed everything. Let's get one thing straight. Just because I was broke, doesn't mean I was brainless. This wasn't a Cinderella story where I built a billion-dollar app under a mango tree. Nah, this was grit meets generative AI and vibes. And one dusty laptop and Wi-Fi that ran on vibes and prayer. Opportunities are everywhere. Just open your eyes, you will find them. Then I found the LinkedIn Learning free trial, and fam! I didn't just watch those courses, I inhaled them. Dashboard design, done. Data strategy, seconds please. Buffett mode, activated. I told myself, if I can't afford the courses, I'll outlearn everyone who paid. That mindset, it flipped the whole game. I went all in. I studied like rent was due yesterday, sleep-deprived, caffeinated, wired on ambition and instant noodles. Oh, and in case you're new here, let me tell you, I've worn more hats than a fashion blogger on a press tour. I am a tech-savvy problem solver, AI enthusiast, data scientist, payroll wrangler, BI developer, project manager, future TED Talk speaker, still manifesting that one. Then came that moment. In one of Data Analyst Group, I saw a startup founder post. We're struggling to understand our customer data. I slid into the comments like a data ninja. Are you using Power BI, Tableau, or Google Data Studio? A conversation ensued. I offered free advice. I guess he saw the value and was really interested. With that, I pitched the services I offer, and just like that, we hopped into a Zoom. I helped build interactive dashboards, defined KPIs, taught his assistant how to slice data cleaner than a sushi chef. With that, I got myself $500. One call, I nearly cried. Not because of the money, but because finally someone valued my brain. Since then, I'm currently running consulting sessions for coaches who hate numbers, creators who need AI automation, freelancers drowning in tools, small and medium enterprises interested in automation. I stopped guessing, started packaging what I knew, and I helped real people fix real problems. And here's the truth. You don't need to look rich to start consulting. You just need to be useful, because the world doesn't pay for noise. It pays for clarity, speed, and confidence. Got a skill, a story, something that could help someone else? Drop it in the comments. Someone out there needs what you already know. And in the next part of this series, I'll show you how I turned all this into a real offer, a business, something scalable. But hang tight. You think this was wild? Next up, I'm showing you how I went from faceless videos with 2 views to building a YouTube channel that actually earns. Let's go. To be honest, this one really humbled me, not with views, but with reality. The land of just post a video and blow up overnight dreams. I still remember the thumbnail, some guy with shiny teeth and a rented Lambo screaming, 1,000 subs in one day? No content, no camera, just vibes. So of course, I believed him. I thought I'd be rich by Friday. Instead, I ended up with 6 views, 2 likes, one was me, the other was my pitying cousin. And a faceless video so bland, even I forgot I made it. Here's what I learned. You can't cheat your way to a real YouTube audience. You earn it by showing up, by solving problems, by telling stories, by being real. That's where it shifted for me. I stopped chasing viral fairy dust and started telling the truth. My truth, no fancy gear, no fake screenshots, just me, rebuilding, in real time. I shared my setbacks, my bounce backs, my strategies, my mindset shifts. And that's what people actually watched. Not because it was perfect, but because it was relatable. And oh, let's not forget the free tools they recommend to help you create content. You log in all excited, click create video, and boom! Upgrade to premium to export. I'm like, bro, I just spent 40 minutes picking a font. Now you're telling me I need to pay to download my own dream? It's like being invited to a party, then asked to pay for your own plate. The shift was simple. Instead of saying, here's how to grow your channel fast, I said, here's what I tried, what flopped, what worked, what I learned. Now, people comment, they subscribe, because they feel like they're part of the comeback. They DM to say, thank you, this felt like me. Because YouTube isn't about views, it's about voice. It became my digital real estate, a space to serve, to scale, to show up with value. Not just content, but community. Next up, we enter the gladiator arena of Forex trading. Yes, charts, candlesticks, losses, rebounds, and a whole lot of character development. Let's talk about Forex trading, and listen. This game, it's not for the faint-hearted, it's not for the signal beggars, and it's definitely not for the copy-paste-and-pray crowd. Nah, this is war, fought with candlesticks, psychology, and a whole lot of emotional restraint. I still remember my first bold move, everything lined up, trend line perfect, indicators confirmed, confidence overloaded. So I clicked buy on BTC USDT like I just unlocked the gates to a money portal. 10 minutes later, the market whispered, purr. That trade didn't just humble me, it body slammed me into the emotional dojo. I lost $100 on demo, and somehow it still stung like it was real money. But here's where it shifted. I stopped chasing shortcuts and started treating this thing like a skill. I learned trend lines, risk management, entry and exit zones, candlestick behavior, multi-time frame analysis, support and resistance, risk to reward ratio, stop loss, and take profit. Why jumping into revenge trading is just emotional damage with interest. Here's the truth, Forex isn't easy, it's not passive, and it's definitely not get rich from your phone nonsense TikTok lie. You don't win from luck, you win from discipline. And no, I'm not selling some magical triple tap RSI momentum Fibonacci 9000 strategy. I'm here to tell you that when you mix consistency, emotional control, and a repeatable system, this game will pay you back, in wisdom and income. Of course, you know me by now, I'm an AI geek. So yes, I eventually layered in AI tools, used it to analyze patterns faster, used it to journal my trades, to build a strategy with it, not hand over the wheel completely. That's not automation, that's augmentation. If you're trying Forex because you saw a TikTok flex and some 19-year-old in a hired Maybach telling you he never loses, pause, because this thing will test you. If anyone promises you a 100% win rate, run for your life. But if you're ready to put in the work, respect the charts, and become the kind of person who thrives under pressure, then maybe, just maybe, this could be your financial dojo. In the next part of this series, I will share more insights of what I have learned so far and how it is working for me. Now we circle back to where it all started, dropshipping, but this time not the smart spoons and Shopify fairy tales. This one, it actually worked. As I promised earlier on, let's flip the script on dropshipping that actually worked. Not the version with gurus yelling, "I made 10K USD in 48 hours just by copying this link." Nah, I'm talking about the real kind. The one that involves strategy, sanity, and a little thing called solving problems. Because yes, once upon a hustle, I had launched a store selling smart spoons. They were supposed to measure calories. Don't ask. I thought I was about to revolutionize kitchen tech, spent $120 on ads, got 43 clicks, and 0 sales. As they say, desperate times call for desperate measures. Then came the digital slap from reality. A friend messaged me and said, "Bruh, even your spoon idea makes me hungry and sad." And that's when it hit me. You can't serve soup with a fork and call it innovation. So, I took a step back. I stopped chasing what was hot, and this time, I did it differently. Smarter. I chased pain points instead of trends. Niche, busy moms with toddlers trying to stay sane. Product, a no-drip toddler food dispenser. Branding, mess-free mornings. Extras, demo videos, FAQs, and a freebie guide. 6-minute breakfast hacks. Delivery, local supplier, no lunar cycle shipping times. Marketing, Facebook mom groups, promo codes, value-first content, no ads at first. Result? 187 units sold at $24.99. $5 profit per unit totaling to almost $1,000 net. From my couch, in my hoodie, and for once, I didn't cry after refreshing the dashboard. Why did it work? Real problem, real people, real branding, real fulfillment, real storytelling, no shortcuts, just a system that made sense, that had substance. So yes, dropshipping works, but only if you stop praying to the ad gods and start thinking like a brand. Because in the world of online sales, heart and hustle beat copy-paste every time. If your product solves something real, and you show up with heart, hustle, and honesty, you're already ahead of the game. Don't blink, because up next it all comes together. We're done hustling for survival. Now we're building systems, stacking real offers, and planting seeds for something that lasts. Alright, take a breath. We've laughed, we've cringed, we've questioned our life choices. And maybe a few survey questions too. But most importantly, we've learned. If you've made it this far, you already know. This comeback wasn't built on hype. It was built on truth, on failure, on figuring things out one messy lesson at a time. We have covered the traps that drains one's time and hope, the side hustles that looked shiny but didn't pay, and finally the real skills that actually moved the needle. Freelance writing, consulting, YouTube with purpose, smart drop shipping, a bit of trading, not luck but skill. But just so we're clear, I'm not selling a secret system, I'm not trying to be your next guru, I'm not here to flex a bank balance, I'm just sharing what's real. This isn't just content, it's a lived experience. If you're rebuilding, you're not alone. And here's where it gets real. We dive into the next level, where automation, authenticity, and actionable steps collide. In the part 3 of this AI comeback series, I'm pulling back the curtain on the mindset shift that turned survival into strategy, the exact prompts, books, and systems I used to stack my offers, and the wealth principles I'm using now to not just make money, but to keep it. This isn't about getting rich quick, it's about becoming unshakable, mentally, emotionally, and financially. How to build wealth in this digital game. And more importantly, how to keep it. Because making money is one thing, but keeping it? That's where the real game begins. If you've ever felt like the odds were stacked against you, if you've ever wondered whether it's too late to rebuild, or if you're just tired of being stuck, then part 3, it's not just a video. It's your blueprint, your permission, your next move. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. Drop your biggest money fail or lesson in the comments below, because somebody else might just need your story too. Let's build something real. Thank you for watching. See you in the next part of this series.